Exactly, they'll cut my mic off. All right, we'll call this meeting to order.
This meeting will also be conducted by audio and video conference without the requirement of a physically present quorum of the Rock Island City Council due to the disaster declaration issued by Governor Pritzker. Because of this order related to COVID-19 health concerns affecting the state and the city, the mayor has determined that in-person meetings at City Hall with all participants may not be practical or prudent. Alderpersons and staff may not all be physically present at City Hall due to the disaster, and physical attendance at City Hall may be limited. To participate remotely during the public comment or public hearing portion of this meeting, please join by phone at 1-413-398-0461, PIN 724-413-077 #.
Thank you very much. Roll call.
Alderperson Robinson,
Present.
Hurt,
Here.
Gilbert, Swanson. Here. Parker,
Here.
Pulis,
Here.
Mayor Tomes.
Here. Thank you. If we could stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence, please. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. All right, public comment. Is there anybody virtual or in the audience? Did anybody sign up there? Nope, nobody signed up. All right. I do have one statement that I'm going to use for a public comment since we don't have an update Rock Island tonight. But I would like to let everybody know the Martin Luther King Center invites the community to attend the 39th Annual Memorial Service and Awards in honor of Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr. The service will be virtual this year and will be live streamed on both Facebook and YouTube starting at 10:30 a.m. on Monday, January 17th. A recording will be available after the event. This year's theme is a consensus stance, and the keynote speaker is Mr. Thurgood Brooks. So please, everybody, enjoy that, and let's honor the Martin Luther King. Item number 6.
Minutes from the December 20th, 2021 study session and city council meeting.
Motion to approve the minutes as printed.
Second.
Moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Alderperson Swanson.
Aye.
Parker.
Aye.
Pulis.
Aye.
Robinson.
Aye.
Hurt.
Yes.
Okay, item number 7.
Minutes from the December 20th, 2021 closed session.
Move to approve the closed session minutes.
Second.
Been moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Alderperson Swanson.
Aye.
Parker.
Aye.
Pulis.
Aye.
Robinson.
Aye.
Hurt.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Item number 8.
State of the City Address by Mayor Tomes.
Thank you. Get the, there we go. We got it set up there. See if we can get the technology, see how well I do here. Second time around for this. So, good evening. It's my pleasure and honor to serve the citizens of Rock Island as mayor. And I'm excited to share the state of our city and look back on what has been accomplished in 2021. First off, I'd like to thank all the city employees for the hard, dedicated work, our elected officials, and 140-plus citizens representing more than 25 various boards and commissions that help implement the direction of the city. Thank you very much for your service. As I mentioned, in last year's 2020 was a challenging year. Well, I must repeat it again this year and say 2021 has been a challenging year also, to say the least. Business owners have had to continue to change how they run their operations. They are experiencing a workforce shortage. Citizens have had to adjust in managing their life, their home life, in a variety of different ways. And the citizens and the city has had to continue to find a way to be more efficient while maintaining the same level of service to the citizens. As we reflect back on 2021, we also have much to be proud and thankful for. Our city has remained resilient in the wake of the continuation of the global pandemic. We did not raise property tax rates in 2021, and we recently passed a 2022 budget without raising property taxes once again. The city was very fortunate that the revenues came in higher than anticipated, and we were able to maintain expenses. In previous years, we were faced with approximately a $5 million budget deficit, and were forced to make drastic cuts across the board. However, this year, we began our budget process with only a $1.5 million budget deficit, and we were able to make a few adjustments to the capital improvements, as well as using some excess reserve funds to balance the budget, while still maintaining one of the City Council's goals of 90 days cash reserve. The city received $26.5 million, a once-in-a-lifetime federal grant through the American Rescue Plan Act, ARPA, that will provide unique opportunities for us to grow our city in several areas, different areas. The City Council has asked the city manager, which we have an interim city manager now, Mr. John Grip here, to hire an ARPA program manager to facilitate the town hall meetings and other community engagement activities, interview key personnel, and work with council members to find the best ways to invest this grants funding to ensure the most positive impact in our city for years to come. Our hopes are to accomplish this first stage in the first quarter of 2022. We've had many other exciting, positive things happen within our city departments in 2021, and I'd like to highlight several of those. Starting with the Park and Recreation Department, we expanded various partnerships. We partnered with Spring Forward to offer over 300 children's sports clinics and swim lessons. Our partnership with First Tee of the Quad Cities will allow us to bring a new clubhouse at Highland Springs Golf Course. Over the summer, we partnered with River Music Experience, enabling us to host concerts at Schwiebert Riverfront Park. Partnerships with the Park and Recreation Foundation and the Rock Island Townships provided financial assistance to the youth to participate in various recreational activities. Additionally, we offered over 92 programs with over 7,700 participants. It's a lot of people, a lot of kids. Installed new cabanas and painted the slides at Whitewater Junction. Saw a 20% increase, this guy here, 20% increase in membership at RIFAC, and remodeled the babysitting room. And at our Highland Springs and Saukey Golf Course, we hosted over 30 outings, raising over $100,000 for local charities and organizations. Our Finance Department issued bonds in 2021 for the purpose of restructuring and maintaining the city's A+ bond rating with a stable outlook. We increased that rating the year before and have been able to maintain that. The state income tax and replacement tax revenue projections for 2021 were over $4.5 million each one of those. For comparison, over the past 5 years, tax revenues were $3.9 million and replacement tax revenues are $2.7 million. That's a nice increase coming back from the state of Illinois for businesses that have grown and paying taxes. Our staff worked hard to keep the city financially stable, but that did not come without tough decisions, such as not filling many vacancies. We will be looking to fill some of these positions in 2022 in order to continue to move our city forward. Also, the implementation of consolidation and the pension investment is underway. And I want to mention our own Mark Poulos, City Council member, retired police officer, sits on the Police State Pension Board. And not every city gets that opportunity. And here in Rock Island, we have that connection to that board to be able to watch those dollars and make them grow. The Information and Technology Department continues to explore and implement technology solutions that address transparency through smart city initiatives, cloud computing, broadband expansion, and community engagement. They installed additional security cameras in over 20 locations throughout the city of Rock Island, and even more planned for 2022. IT staff responded to 2,800 internal help desk requests. It's a lot of requests. And they continue to work diligently on providing stable and secure technology environment for the whole city and its operations. And as we've seen in the press of late, security through technology has been challenged. And the city of Rock Island has met that challenge and is staying secure. Our Human Resource Department kept busy implementing the constantly changing COVID-19 policies to keep the city open and to the public and employees' health and safety. Employees' health insurance premiums remain constant despite medical and drug inflation costs raising above 5%. So we were able to maintain those costs. Additionally, they facilitated the hiring and training activities of 44 regular full-time employees and 95 part-time employees. It's a lot of orientations. The Martin Luther King Jr. Center has had a busy and successful year. Despite the continued COVID challenges, during the summer, they partnered with the Park and Recreation Department and were able to serve over 90 kids in their day camp. They rejuvenated the annual Family Fun Day this fall and reached over 2,500 people with an outdoor community celebration. It was a lot of fun, nice parade. They served a record 3,500 plates of food for their annual Thanksgiving dinner, and approximately 600 children received Christmas gifts through their gift program. Wonderful work being done. The fire department completed more than 100 free car seat installations for the community in 2021. They received the 2021 EMS Silver Award from the American Heart Association and continued their partnership with the Red Cross of the Quad Cities and the Illinois Fire Safety Alliance to install free smoke alarms. At the end of 2021, they responded to approximately 7,200 calls of service, completed more than 9,000, that's a lot of hours of training, and conducted more than 1,300 life safety inspections, making sure our buildings are safe for us to be in. In November, a Life Safety Award was presented to members of the Rock Island Fire Department and the staff at Whitewater Junction for rescuing a person from a potentially fatal medical emergency. Once again, training pays off. That training they work at saved someone's life. The police department successfully transitioned to a crime data collection and reporting to the National Incident-Based Reporting System to meet federal compliance. They also completed the evaluation and selection process for a new records management system and computer-aided dispatch system that is targeted to be implemented in early 2022. They completed the infrastructure for a new P25 emergency radio system and began the implementation process. And I got to say that we talk about sometimes community and involvement and collaboration and partnership. This was a large one. This involved both sides of the river. Bettendorf and Davenport, Iowa, East Moline, Rock Island, Scott County, Rock Island County. We are all now on a digital platform, all in the same network, able to communicate from one corner to the other corner of the Quad Cities. Once again, make sure that the citizens stay safe. And so the city was able, the police department worked very diligently to make this happen. It's a great accomplishment. It doesn't happen often. It's not cheap. But to share that with all the other cities and counties made it possible. They successfully maintained the annual standard required for Tier 2 accreditation with the Illinois Law Enforcement Accreditation Program and received the Federal Use of Force Certificate for the Illinois Association of Chiefs of Police. The staffing shortage continued in 2021 and will continue in 2022, unfortunately. However, they were able to add a crime and technology data analyst to the Criminal Investigation Division to provide data-driven information for policing and technology evidence collection. Once again, as I mentioned before, our world is becoming more highly technical, and we need to stay on top of these, and the police department is in tune with this. Additionally, several of our officers received awards for going above and beyond the call of duty in supporting citizens of Rock Island. The Rock Island Public Library continues to grow in 2021, including the new and updated services such as free online training modules through Niche Academy, modified the Library to Go mobile to better reach underserved areas, continued growing adult services to include sewing machines, memory kits, and increased the mobile hotspot collection to 40 devices. And once again, as we had remote learning for the students last year, this was very important to have these devices so people have access for learning. And we were able to take that, the mobile service to different parts of the community so people had active internet service to either learn, fill out applications for jobs, but everybody had access. And so we continued in the library to follow that mission in the future. They partnered with the YMCA on a $7.8 million renovation project of the former Jewish Center that will house the new library branch, and also partnered with the University of Illinois Extension Office, Prairie State Legal Services, South Rock Island Townships, Augustana College, National Alliance of Mental Illness, ARC of the Quad Cities, the Rock Island Arsenal, and the Chipionic Cemetery. It's a lot of partnerships, a lot of people, a lot of organizations, to provide a variety of educational programming. They received a $50,000 grant from the Illinois State Library to help make interior and exterior improvements of all buildings. Public Works Department completed several major projects in 2021, including 35th Street water main replacement, the pavement striping program, the River Heights Road and Black Hawk Hills Drive reconstruction project. And not to have a lot of people drive through those areas, but you drive through it, and you talk about a major improvement and a difference in that neighborhood. They did an outstanding job, not an easy task with those hills and turns. That was a major, major project. The Engineering Division completed various grant applications and was awarded $7 million to STBG and Safety Fund for 3 large street projects. I wish it was 31. 3 large street projects, including 31st Avenue, 30th Street, and 85th Avenue West Rock Island Parkway. The city took over the Rock Island Arsenal's electrical maintenance, sanitary sewage, life station operation, the water treatment service in 2021, and started working on, and is continuing to work on that. And once again, as a side note, this is something that saved the federal government some money and increased our revenue by over $100,000 a year. Once again, it saved our tax dollars, our federal tax dollars we were able to save, but yet also at the same time, put over $100,000 annually into the net revenues of the city of Rock Island. Additionally, the department performed over 15,000 chemical and biological tests to ensure the highest quality of water to provide to our citizens. That's a lot of testing, but we take extra measures to make sure our citizens stay safe. And just to name a few more accomplishments, and these are once again items that I'm going to read off, are items that it seem and we don't pay attention to, but are very time-consuming, costly for the city to do, but need to maintain for, once again, safety. But they replaced 22 fire hydrants, repaired 77 water main breaks, cleaned 7,600 feet of storm lines, repaired 38 storm pipes, repaired 2 sanitation manholes and 1 storm manhole, repaired 1 sewer lateral, and repaired 15 sanitary mains. They also responded to 287 work orders of replacing water meters, removed over 78 dead or dying trees. And I need to remind people of the ash borer that is gone around for quite a while. We are doing this to maintain the health of other trees and for the safety of trees dying and falling. And so it's a major undertaking to take care of these issues, those issues with the trees especially. Enforced 354 nuisance violations, so we do respond to people in their neighborhoods, and 600 mowing violations. Community and Economic Development Department sold 15 vacant properties and launched an online listing for all available city-owned properties. The Housing Rehabilitation Program exceeded the performance targets for the second year in a row with the completion of over 40 projects. The Inspections Division assisted in 4 large projects: Lincoln Homes, Augustana College Health and Science Building, Linco Warehouse Remodel, and the Rock Island Housing Authority Complex. Additionally, staff met with 662 businesses to help provide program resources and technical assistance, resulting in over $5.8 million in capital directly infused to the Rock Island businesses, as well as developed a comprehensive business guide with all the potential economic development assistance currently available. It's called Forward, that people have an avenue to look at and see what's available to them. The Community and Economic Development Department continued its partnership with DARI, which included the success of 17 new businesses, 3 new ownerships throughout the city. You can see here some of those. Live Work Rock Island program. It's been around for like 11 years. The program has had over 400 new Rock Island homebuyers since its inception and has provided provided over $131,000 in down payment assistance, resulted in over $31 million in real estate transactions, people buying homes in the city of Rock Island. Additionally, $7.8 million in financial assistance was provided to Rock Island businesses, which include facade funding and the Back to Business grant, which resulted in $1.5 million in economic development agreements. In 2021, the city entered in a partnership with the Quad City Chamber of Commerce for a development and growth of our downtown area. In late 2021, the City Council approved $4 million to be invested in the downtown, with the possibility of receiving another $3 million. And once again, a breakdown of that is we had $1.5 million in TIF funds that are committed to be invested in downtown, an additional $2.5 million in ARPA funds, which then leveraged us to apply for this grant for $3 more million. So we can make that, work with that money to help it grow to even a bigger pot to invest in our downtown area. So the state, with the state funding, we'd have a total of $7 million that could be invested in rebuild downtown Rock Island projects. The project plans include new reconstruction of the Great River Plaza, Arts Alley, streetscaping that include lighting, security cameras, public art, signage, alley work, and sidewalk reconstruction, and even a dog park. And I must commend and compliment the Chamber for their work done here, and give a shout out to Jack Cullens, the downtown manager. We look forward to a great relationship and program here in the future. And the Chamber's done a great job. They work with the city of Davenport, the city of Bettendorf in the same manner. In addition to all of the exciting things that have happened in 2021, despite the many challenges we faced, we have much to be excited for in 2022. We continue to move Rock Island forward. For example, because of our strong public-private partnerships that have been established between the city, the DARI, Chamber, the Chamber Development, the team is helping to facilitate over $60 million in planned business expansions for 2022. $60 million have already been committed for development throughout the city because of the collaboration and work with all the different organizations and city employees. And there very well could be a lot more coming. Our IT department is excited once again to be working closely with our police department in 2022. After more than 20 years on our current system, the new computer-aided dispatch and records management software systems will be put online during 2022. In addition, new computers in the patrol cars, new car video recorders will also be installed, automated vehicle location, and neighborhood videos will be in 2022. Surveillance expansions are expected during 2022. Our library will be celebrating their 150th, it's a lot of years, 150th year of service to the citizens of Rock Island, and will be opening the new branch library in the former Jewish Center in partnership with the YMCA. The Public Works Department has several big construction projects planned for 2022, including the 11th Street water main replacement. And if anybody's driven down 11th Street, especially in the winter months, it seems like there's always a water main break down that street. It's definitely needed. From 25th to 42nd Avenue. The 46th Street reconstruction project from 37th Avenue to 39th Avenue, to name a few. The MLK Center and the Community Economic Development Department have been working together on a needs assessment for a selected portion of the west end of Rock Island. They engaged a consultant to use data gathered from a variety of sources, but more importantly, trained a group of residents to conduct the assessment to gain a true and broad understanding of the lived experience of this area. After 18 months of work, the assessment is now complete, and these departments, along with residents, will work on continuing the process to determine the strategies and goals moving into 2022 and beyond. This collaboration is a great example how the city departments can utilize their strengths together for a better quality product with a more efficient manner. In the fall of 2021, the City Council developed 4 goals to be implemented for 2022 through 2025. Goal number 1, to achieve the financial stability through the transformation of the city's budget process. Goal number 2, to utilize dynamic and innovative communications as a primary strategy in making and promoting and engaging both internal and external stakeholders. And we've talked about that a number of times up here at City Council, and we talked about saying being more transparent and more information and communicating what's happening. And that's what the City Council, the goal is to commit to do that. And part of the transparency is not only just telling what's going on, but how can we make it more accessible or more understandable. In some cases, you go look at financials and it's difficult to understand if you don't understand financials. And so how can we make it so that everybody can understand them and what's going on? Goal number 3 is to transform local economy through proactive business retention, entrepreneurial development, and business attraction strategies. Goal number 4 is to leverage Rock Island's assets and the existing strengths to foster inclusive growth and development in its diverse neighborhoods. And once again, we've talked about up here a number of times how lucky we are to have the diversity that we have. It's a great strength, and we need to continue to foster that and work with that. In summary, once again, it's been a challenging year for many of us, many different ways. We've had several achievements, which included increasing revenue, no property tax increase. We were able to maintain our service levels throughout the city. Looking to the future, we have so much to be excited for in 2022 as we continue to move the city in the right direction. I once again would like to thank the citizens for their trust they have given me, as well as the City Council, and all city employees. Thank you for your hard work, professionalism, despite many challenges you've faced. I truly believe that when we all work together, we can get great things going in the city of Rock Island. And once again, this town rocks. Thank you very much. All right. We will move on. Thank you very much for your time. We are now at item number 9.
Proclamation declaring January 17th, 2022 as Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Whereas Martin Luther King Jr. devoted his life and career to the advancement of civil rights, equal treatment, and human decency for all people. And whereas the efforts of Dr. King and the many others involved in the civil rights movement have helped to break down the walls of injustice and allow African Americans and other minorities to succeed both as individuals and members of a society. And whereas the goals and ideas of Dr. King have not yet fully been realized. With that in mind, it's our duty as Americans to continue his struggle and to work toward a more understanding and respectful society. And whereas Martin Luther King Jr. Day serves to bring people together in remembrance of this true American hero and encourage citizens to engage in community service, which in turn serves to honor Dr. King's legacy and advance the cause of justice and equality in America.
Now therefore, I, Mike Tomes, Mayor of the City of Rock Island, proclaim Monday, January 17th, 2022, as Martin Luther King Jr. Day in the City of Rock Island, Illinois, and encourage citizens to serve their fellow Americans and help to make this a better community, thereby providing a fitting memorial to the life of Martin Luther King Jr. Jerry, I don't know if you want to receive that, you want to say anything? You want to do a picture? Yep.
Let's do a picture.
I'd just like to reiterate the invitation for the 17th, this coming Monday, where we'll be having a virtual memorial service for Dr. King. This is our 39th annual service for Dr. King, and it's a wonderful celebration of the excellence that is occurring in our community today, aligned with his dream and his legacy. So please, the live stream will be posted on Facebook, and the link will be posted on our website. Look forward to seeing all the likes and seeing all the faces on the screen, if you will. Thank you.
Thank you. Item number 10.
Claims. A, report from the Human Resources Department regarding payment in the amount of $11,584.49 to David G. Morrison, City Attorney, for services rendered during the month of December 2021. Report from the Public Works Department regarding payment in the amount of $24,000 to Dukes of West Syracuse, New York, for parts, travel, and repair to the Shady Brook Subdivision water pressure relief valves. C, report from the Public Works Department regarding payment in the amount of $15,209.60 to United Systems and Software of Benton, Kentucky, for the purchase of 2 Itron CN80 handheld computers, an Itron mobile radio, and on-site training. D, report from the Public Works Department regarding payment in the amount of $37,796.76 to Brandt Construction of Milan, Illinois, for an emergency water main repair at 2335 38th Street. E, report from the Public Works Department regarding payment number 7 in the amount of $675,000 to Johnson Controls of Molina, Illinois, for services provided October 1 through November 30th, 2021.
Move to allow claims, items A through E.
Second.
Moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Alderperson Swanson.
Aye.
Parker.
Aye.
Pulis.
Aye.
Robinson.
Aye.
Hurt.
Yes.
Item number 11.
Claims for the week of December 3rd through December 16th, 2021, in the amount of $680,000 to $680,246.44, and for the week of December 17th through December 23rd, 2021, in the amount of $2,631,940.75, and in the weeks of December 4th through 24th through the December 31st, 2021, in the amount of $91,064.86, and payroll for the weeks of December 13th through December 26th, 2021, in the amount of $1,498,946.64.
Move to allow the claims and payroll.
Second.
Moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Alderperson Swanson.
Aye.
Parker.
Aye.
Pulis.
Aye.
Robinson.
Aye.
Hurt.
Yes.
Item number 12.
ACH report for November 2021 in the amount of $7,376,371.87.
Move to approve the ACH payments.
Second.
Moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Alderperson Swanson.
Aye.
Parker.
Aye.
Pulis.
Aye.
Robinson.
Aye.
Hurt.
Yes.
Item 13.
Purchase card report for November 2021 in the amount of $72,379.04.
Move to approve the purchase card claims.
Second.
Moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Alderperson Swanson.
Aye.
Parker.
Aye.
Pulis.
Aye.
Robinson. Robinson.
Aye.
Hurt.
Yes.
Okay, item number 14, other business. Anybody have anything for the good of the cause? Otherwise, we'll move on. All right, item 15.
Motion to adjourn, sine die.
Do we need a motion?
I need a motion.
Yep.
So moved.
Second.
Moved in second. Any discussion? Need a roll call.
Alderperson Robinson.
Aye.
Hurt.
Yes.
Swanson.
Aye.
Parker.
Aye.
Pulis.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion carries, all right. A little ceremony?
Call to order and then do another roll call.
Oh, we gotta do that first.
was
I
the
thought you
motion
swore him
to
in
go
first. Okay,
into-
excuse
yep.
me. Thought you called him. So we need to do a roll call. I thought that was after they swore him in.
Do roll call after you get sworn in.
Yeah.
Oh, look.
Yeah, I think it's roll call after he's
Is it
sworn in,
after?
so then he's
Okay.
part of the roll call.
Okay, all right. Mr. Healy, you can come up here. After me. I, Bill Healy. Get appointed to the office of Seventh Ward Alderman. In the city of Rock Island. County of Rock
Thank you.
Be careful, the mayor likes to break those.
Yeah, dude. You want to come up and take, you can come.
I'm gonna grab my water, is that?
All
okay,
right,
sir?
you can have that. Let somebody else break it.
Somebody else break it.
I broke one. Had Randy's name on it.
Just changed my name already?
Yeah.
Potentially breaking it.
I had to
That's
shave
okay.
it down a little bit.
Yeah, I can take it
Yeah,
too.
it needs to be shaved.
Yeah.
Okay.
I bet I know someone's got a knife that could do that.
Actually, I do.
I know that.
Thank you, sir.
All right, great. Well, we'll do item 16, call it to order. And item 17, roll call.
Alderperson Robinson,
Present.
Hurt,
Here.
Swanson,
Here.
Parker,
Here.
Pulis,
Here?
and Healy.
Here.
All right, welcome,
Oh, and Mayor's here too.
Mayor Tones.
We know.
We have 26
You
minutes
just
to
talked for
approve.
like 25 minutes. here.
That's exactly, I got my
No.
time. I got, you know,
It was 26 minutes and 42 seconds.
which was quicker than noon,
By 8
by the way.
minutes.
By 8 minutes. All right, public comment. Besides that,
Yeah, that's my fault.
anybody wish to speak? Virtually, I don't know if anybody's out there, but hearing none, seeing none, we will move on to item 19.
Report from the Public Works Department regarding a contract extension for the 2021 Water Service and Sanitary Lateral Repair Program Maintenance Contract with McClintock Trucking and Excavating of Silvis, Illinois, in the amount of $355,000.
Move to approve the extended contract as recommended.
Second.
Any discussion?
Due to the nature of my employment, I need to recuse myself from this vote.
All right. Roll call, please.
Alderperson Swanson,
Aye.
Pulis,
Aye.
Healy,
Aye.
Robinson,
Aye.
Hurt.
Yes.
Item 20.
Report from the Public Works Department regarding a local agency agreement and resolution with the Illinois Department of Transportation to make improvements to the traffic signals at the intersection of Andalusia Road and the Rock Island Parkway.
Motion to approve the agreement, adopt the resolution, and authorize the mayor to execute the documents.
Second.
Moved and second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Alderperson Swanson,
Aye.
Parker,
Aye.
Pulis,
Aye.
Healy,
Aye.
Robinson,
Aye.
Hurt.
Yes.
Excuse me. Item 21.
Report from the Martin Luther King Jr. Center regarding a request to continue the community needs assessment with Enterprise Community Partners in a defined portion of the west corridor of the city.
Move to approve. the
Motion
con-
to,
Oh, go ahead.
motion to approve the continuation of community assessment and authorize the city manager to execute the documents subject to minor attorney modifications.
Second.
Moved and second. Any discussion? I would say that I just want to, once again, thank the John Deere Foundation for continuing to make this happen and possible. So just want to be on the record with that. Appreciate their commitment. Roll call.
Alderperson Swanson,
Aye.
Parker,
Aye.
Pulis,
Aye.
Healy,
Aye.
Robinson,
Aye.
Hurt.
Item 22.
Report from the Community and Economic Development Department regarding the purchase of real estate at 1016 6th Avenue, 602 11th Street, and 618th 11th Street from Rick Hovenak for $35,000 plus closing costs for a potential development of townhomes, first reading.
Motion to suspend the rules and approve and pass the ordinance to approve the purchase of properties, authorize the city manager to execute the sales agreements and consider the ordinances.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Yes.
To clarify, we are not considering the ordinance, we are suspending the rules and passing it, correct, Alderman Robinson?
Yes, I'm sorry.
No problem, it's jargon.
That Dylan used to not like.
Yep.
All right. We have a motion on the table to suspend the rules and move it forward. It was seconded, I believe.
Yes.
Any other discussion? Roll call.
Alderperson Swanson.
Aye.
Parker.
Aye.
Pulis.
Aye.
Healy.
Aye.
Robinson.
Aye.
Hurt.
Yes.
Item 23,
Report from the Finance Department regarding a budget adjustment to the calendar year 2022 budget by increasing the library fund expenditures by $100,000 and the Martin Luther King Jr. Community Center expenditures by $100,000 for a total of $200,000.
Move to approve the budget adjustment as recommended.
Second.
moved in second. Any discussion?
Yes. First of all, I'd like to clarify that we have revised the memo to make a correction that the funds were being transferred, specifically to the MLK Center, transferred to the building fund and not the activity fund.
Linda, I don't know, is that Linda or is it Jerry to make sure that the monies will be going into the building fund, not the activity? Whoever wishes to address that, confirm that.
Yes is the short answer. It'll go to Fund 211, which is the Building and Administration Fund, not the Activity Fund.
Good, thank you. Any other discussion?
Yeah, I would like to, just to clarify a little bit for any of those that may be watching this, that aren't aware of the reason for the budget adjustments. Angela, could you come up and maybe talk about what the intent of the library is and why, I guess, where this money is being utilized, or why we're doing this from the library aspect?
Sure. Every February by law, I have to come in and ask the council for our, what we would like for our library tax levy. And so I'll be coming in next month and asking for next year. So our work on the budget is annual. I mean, it's all the time. The library board decides what that number is. For the almost 10 years I've been here, we've asked for increases, and they haven't happened year after year. We've had some minor ones, which we're really grateful for, but it hasn't kept up with inflation, with the cost of electronic materials, which are gaining speed, and people use just as much as the print materials almost anymore. And so last February, when I came in and I asked for a specific amount of money, and the budget that was voted on was about $100,000 short, basically. So we need to either cut some more out of our budget, or we ask the council for that extra $100,000. Well, actually more than that, but some of it was funded and some wasn't. So it'll go to operation costs. There's no one real thing, but I will say that it kind of lines up with our bond repayment for the JCI project. So we do. You know, there's that was like $89,000 a year right there that we haven't had for many years. And so that is a new payment that will start next year. And so if you really want to put, you know, what is it for, I suppose that's one way you could look at it. But there's lots of different ways to look at it.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Jerry, could, I guess, to mirror that, could you come up and explain so this is going to the building fund, just so residents understand what this $100,000 may be going towards?
Sure. So it'll be entering, as you said, the building fund, Fund 211, which is for the maintenance and administration of the building that the city of Rock Island owns. We have several issues that it will be addressed with these dollars. I'll be meeting with Mr. Grip and Mr. Bartels to make sure that we're prioritizing a way that makes sense for the facility and making sure that we're able to keep it in good upkeep.
So a quick question. So I know the last council meeting, we talked one of the main priorities would be the soffit and the siding. Are those still higher in your priority list of things that need to be, because those seem to be an urgent matter that was brought up at the last council meeting? Is that where you anticipate these funds going to?
Those are the two top priorities. Will those funds cover those costs? I'm not certain as yet, as we'll get revised estimates, but yes, those are at the top at the priority list.
Okay, because I was looking at the CIPs and those numbers, both those projects, at least at the time of the CIP numbers, those kind of fall in line with that 100,000, so that was the reason for I was asking those, so. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Alderperson Swanson.
Aye.
Parker.
Aye.
Pulis.
Aye.
Healy.
Aye.
Robinson.
Aye.
Hertz.
Item 24,
Report from the Finance Department regarding approval of a refund to Green Thumb Industries in the amount of $222,168.96 for utility service overpayments in 2021.
Motion to approve the refund as recommended.
Second.
moved in second. Any discussion?
Yes, could we have somebody come up from the finance, or Linda, not somebody. Linda, could you come up and, you're not somebody, sorry. Could you come up and, just for those that may be watching, could you please explain what has happened here and what we're doing?
Sure. I'm going to take this off. Okay, so good evening, Mayor and City Council. So in approval of a refund to Green Thumb Industries, also known as GTI, is being requested tonight for utility services overpayments covering 3 billing periods. So from a purchasing policy standpoint, refunds such as this, do not typically require a pre-approval from council. Instead, payments of refunds are made through the normal accounts payable process. The information is then reported to City Council after payment, along with the routine accounts payable reports, and that's under purchasing policy exception number 9. However, due to the significant dollar amount and for transparency purposes, this refund is being submitted at the pre-approval level. Internal controls have been and continue to be performed to ensure that this incident is not recurring. We are confident that this particular case is unique. So at this time, I'm going to turn it over to Public Works to discuss the more technical aspects of meter reading, because my level is like that.
That makes you the next somebody. Mike.
So I brought with me Mr. Pat O'Brien. He's our utility supervisor. He oversees the meter billing department, and he started off with the city as a meter reader, so he understands all the technical aspects that were for the questions tonight. I know we sent out a summary of kind of a FAQ, but if you have any additional questions for Mr. O'Brien, he would be happy to answer.
Nope.
Can you kind of go over the basis of what happened that led to this?
Sure. So, first off, GTI is a relatively new business in Rock Island that uses a significant amount of water, and they're always growing. We dropped off a meter for them, for their plumber to install. They installed that meter, and we did gather the readings on that, and we had earmarked them as high consumption. Went out and verified the readings with our reading software, and those readings came back okay. So we noted it, but we thought it was high, but we noted it. They paid their bills. They didn't see anything out of the ordinary. And then it was discovered several months later so there's a handshake that happens between the meter reading software and the billing software. The meter reading software will bring in all 8 digits. When it makes that handshake with the billing software, it's supposed to drop off the bottom 3 digits and only pull in 5 for reading. What it did is it dropped off the first digit and pulled in the next 5, which essentially, instead of billing at the 100 cubic feet level, we were billing an extra 10,000. So again, their payment process was automatic, and they weren't raising any red flags. On the meter reading end, we were getting good readings, so we were noting it. It wasn't until they brought it to our attention that we discovered that there's a glitch. Not really a glitch. There's a patch that's necessary because it's a new meter. Rock Island has historically not had a process to replace large meters in the city. We have remedied that with the JCI contract. GTI was not involved in the JCI contract. The reason for that is because, again, they're a new business, and most of their meters were fairly new, so they did not fall into that category. Anything else I can answer?
Any other discussion, questions?
Thank you very much.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Sure.
Roll call.
Alderperson Swanson.
Aye.
Parker.
Aye.
Pulis.
Aye.
Healy.
Aye.
Robinson.
Aye.
Hurt.
Item number 25.
Report from the mayor's office regarding the appointment of Carlos Jimenez to the Police Community Relations Commission.
Motion to approve the appointment. Second.
Moved and second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Alderperson Swanson.
Aye.
Parker.
Aye.
Pulis.
Aye.
Healy.
Aye.
Robinson.
Aye.
Hurt.
Yes.
Item 26.
Report from the city manager regarding the appointments of Freedom of Information Act and Open Meetings Act officers for 2022.
Move to approve the appointments as recommended.
Moved and second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Alderperson Swanson.
Aye.
Parker.
Aye.
Pulis.
Aye.
Healy.
Aye.
Robinson.
Aye.
Hurt.
Yes.
Good. Item 27, other business. Is there any other business?
Yeah, I would like to take a moment to thank the Public Works Department for a great job on considering the ice and the snowstorm we had last week, and what a great job they did with the streets. So thank you guys very much for your great work.
Moses, did you have something to say?
Yes, I do. Two things. I just want to congratulate Mr. Healy on being appointed to 7th Ward Alderman. Welcome to work with you, and I know I haven't had an opportunity to speak with you prior to tonight's meeting, but I plan to, hopefully I can get that conversation set up here real soon. I also have a question for Miles. Is Miles there?
Yes.
And I don't know if this is a question specifically for him. I have a question about the Century Woods project.
Yes.
Have we received any reports or anything as far as the status and of their project?
We are monitoring it, and we'll be hopefully bringing something to the council's attention sometime soon. At this point in time, it seems that the project has reached something of a standstill, unfortunately.
Okay, so as far when you state that we're monitoring, what are we actually doing with the project?
So there is a TIF agreement in place with the developer of that project. We have not, as a city, actually paid out on that TIF agreement. At this stage, it appears that the project is, again, at a standstill and may not move forward. Staff are evaluating whether or not that means that the developer is in violation of that agreement and the assistance provided by that agreement be withheld.
Okay, that's kind of what I was looking for.
Yeah, the reason we haven't brought it up yet is because we're still making sure that we, dot our I's, cross our T's, and really explore all of the potential legal ramifications of that.
Right, and I know this just been ongoing issues with a lot of the tenants in that area have been contacting myself. We all know it was kind of like issues through the campaign for the races that we had last year. So I just wanted to kind of get some follow-up and see where we are as far as the city with following up with that project.
Yep, we are aware of it, having some discussions about it. That developer has a second project in a different ward that we have a similar issue with, so I would also say that is something that we are keeping an eye on as well.
Okay, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
We appreciate it. It's a concern to us as well.
Thank you. Anybody else have?
I just want to welcome Mr. Grip to the deck up here as interim city manager and say that, we really look forward to working with you and helping to bring things together.
I guess I echo that with both individuals.
Congratulations and condolences.
Initiation by fire.
Exactly. All right, if there is nothing else, we have item number 28.
Closed session, 5 ILCS 120-2 C11 litigation when an action against affecting or on behalf of the particular public body has been filed and is pending before a court or administrative tribunal, or when the public body finds that an action is probable or imminent, in which case the basis for the finding must be recorded and entered into the minutes of the closed meeting. Second exception is 5 ILCS 120-2C2, collective negotiating matters between the public body and its employees or their representatives.
Move to go into the closed session for the exception cited.
Second.
Moved and second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Alderperson Swanson.
Aye.
Parker.
Aye.
Pulis.
Aye.
Healy.
Aye.
Robinson.
Aye.
Hertz.
Yes.